what's up? My name's Bobby. I'm drummer of New Heights, and we're so stoked to be in New York and play at the Highline Ballroom with Clara C. And whoever comes out, I'm stoked. Hope you guys have a good time, and yeah, party in New York City. Woo!
Hi, I'm Clara C, and I am in New York doing an interview. And to tell you a bit about myself, I am a singer-songwriter in the pop folk rock genre, and I'm a complete dork. I've loved music since the womb, but never thought that it was an attainable dream. And actually, my inner circle of friends told me not to do music. They discouraged me highly. They would say really mean things. So I had this idea engraved in my head that music was not feasible for me. And I went to college, UC Irvine, and I met a new group of people who told me otherwise, who actually forced me to do things. But I was fighting myself because I had this belief that I wasn't good enough, blah blah blah. And they literally forced me to get on YouTube, to go to competitions, and that all happened at once. And what ended up happening was, after winning the competitions, people from the shows, sometimes these competitions were in front of 6,000 people, and they'd go home and I guess Google me or whatever, and YouTube would pop up, and so it drove traffic to YouTube, and one thing led to another, and then all of a sudden I'm touring the world, and I don't really know how this happened in a year and a half. It's been like that, so it's been a crazy journey. My family they're the roots of my life, and my parents are really supportive. Really supportive. They've always let me be a happy, free child. I'm a really wild, free spirit, and I would laugh at those kids on leashes, and it turns out I was one. So I like just being carefree, and my parents definitely cultivated that in me. And I get a lot of fan mail from other people who have kind of parents that press things on them, and I've never had that, so I was really lucky. Am I always happy? Of course not. Of course not, but I try to be. I think that being happier makes you healthier, and just overall it makes everybody around you happy. I'm big on people's, it sounds all hocus pocusy, but just people's energies. When you first meet somebody, they've got this aura about them, and I'm all about that. And if I'm in some kind of rut, I'm fighting to come back up to the surface. The sophomore album, I can't believe we made it to the sophomore album, because we didn't even think, I didn't even think the first one was going to do so well, and we've had to reorder so many times, and I'm really grateful. The sophomore album is in its first trimester. We don't really know what it looks like yet, but I do have maybe 6 songs that I will choose or not choose for the sophomore album. We do have one that's already in the works. We're going to be recording, and I'm going to be recording with a symphony orchestra, full on craziness. I'm thinking more about other people than my own experiences, because I think the first album was a very introspective, micro look at just what I had to say. But this time I'm trying to branch out and make things applicable to more people. And as far as the sound, I hope it gets your head bobbing, and it sounds cool. I've got a lot more electronic things happening in some of the songs, which I love. I'm such a fan of. The tour has been amazing. We've sold out every stop. We started in Vancouver, which was amazing because we took up a full suitcase of merchandise, and we sold out within the first 30 minutes. We're frick, what do we do? Because that was supposed to last us for Vancouver and Seattle, so the fans were wild there, and I love rowdy crowds, and a lot of times my crowds are very sing for me, but I like when the crowd's yelling and into it, and it makes for a better show. I feed off you, you feed off me. Pre-show rituals, I have a number of them, and I kind of cycle through them. Sometimes I'll just go into insanity P90 workout mode and have to work out in my dressing room. I'll kick everybody out, and then I'll just start doing jumping jacks and squats and Pilates and things. Just, I don't know, it pumps me up, especially if I'm tired. And I have a bunch of weird vocal warm-ups that I'm not gonna do here because I'm gonna look strange. I do one where I just go as high as I can, but it gets really loud. And I sing all my songs, but instead of singing the lyrics, I sing the word "you." So, for every syllable, I say the word "you," It's like it's a thing. And what else? I need to have some kind of tea. Everything that is in my green room for like snacks is for my manager, so that he can snack, because he loves eating more than me, believe it or not. So that's about it. Oh, and I throw up a little prayer before I go on stage, and if I'm with my band, we try to get like pumped and do some like 1, 2, 3, we're awesome type thing. Tour life is crazy. I am a very, I don't want to say lax, but like I don't like having a schedule. I live my day like, I go to bed at night going, I wonder what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I guess we'll see. But my manager, on the other hand, he already has 2012 planned out for me, like by the day, breakdown. And so I guess it's a good balance, because I'll be sitting there doing nothing for a sec, and he'll come and be like, you have an interview, so he kind of pushes me and gets on me about things I have to do. So that's a good balance. But tour life is, for the most part, pretty structured. The only time we have like downtime is post-show, and we all go out and eat, because we love to eat. That's all we do, really, eat and sing. Food. I went to culinary school for a bit out of high school, so I've got a weak spot for eating it, cooking it, buying ingredients. I loved, like, you know when your mom's late to pick you up in high school, I would go straight to the Ralph's right next to school and just like wander the aisles. It's good for me. I don't know, I just love everything food related. And my favorite thing to eat on tour, my email address is about how much I love noodles. So I love noodles. I love pasta, I love Korean noodles, I have Chinese noodles, I love all kinds of noodles. So there's that. And someone told me recently about squash noodles, squash spaghetti, where like you shred your squash so that you eat that instead of your carby spaghetti noodles. So I'm gonna try that. I love all kinds of food. In Seattle, I baked myself a cheesecake, because my cheesecake is killer. I'm a humble person, but my cheesecake knock you out of the park. And there's a secret ingredient on top, so I like dessert. I like everything. I'm excited to try Magnolia's in New York or something. Cupcake store with a bouncer at the entrance for some reason. People want their cupcakes, I guess. Despite what I look like, I've never been to Asia. I was born in New York and raised in LA, so I'm super, super excited to go to Korea and visit the motherland. I meet people on airplanes who are absolutely not Korean, and they're telling me more about my culture than me. I speak fluently and stuff, so I should be able to fit in for the most part. So I'm excited for Korea. I'm excited for Japan, just because I hold Japanese culture in really high esteem. Just a lot of it looks so cool. And we already sold out shows like for 800-person venues, and I'm like, I don't even know how to understand that there are people who want to meet me and see me sing somewhere halfway across the world. So that's all really, really crazy. And Australia, that I'm very, very excited for, because it's my favorite accent ever, and I can't wait to just be immersed in it.
We love you!